That was a Thelonious Monk tune, Blue Monk, and we like doing it with that little second line groove. And all of us have been influenced by many, many people in and out of this area, and we all owe a debt of gratitude to many musicians, some of which we will be bringing up on the second half of our show. But one I would like to mention right now is Billy Fuster. And Billy was near and dear to all of us in many, many different ways. And I had the great fortune of getting to play with him, as did many of us. And I remember as a youngster coming down to this area and going to the jazz jams back at the Music Box. There was this older, dapper gentleman that would sit at the end of the bar. And I would go up to sit in, and he would kind of wave me over after we were done playing the tune. And he would say to me, "You need to learn to boot." And I said, "What does that mean?" He says, "You need to learn to boot." I said, what is boot? He says, well, he gave me a list of people I should listen to. And I took that advice to heart. And it was, jazz jam after jazz jam that I would get to sit in on, and he'd pull me over and he'd say, "You need to learn to boot." And I was striving for whatever that term meant. And after listening to and trying to imitate a number of different players that he had indicated I should listen to, Ben Webster, and in particular, Gene Ammons, Stanley Turrentine. And one time I was at a jazz jam and I got up and I played on I think it was a blues tune or something. And he waved me over in his usual fashion and he said, "Now you're booting." That meant so much to me, coming from Billy. And there's a tune that he used to like, well, many tunes he used to like to do with his own band when we used to play with him. And he was one of those guys, I mean, even well into his 80s and his early 90s, we'd be playing a gig, and at midnight we're all dragging our butts, and he's like, "Come on, let's go!" And he's back there swinging hard, And it was always an inspiration. It's a tune that he used to love to sing, "Pennies from Heaven." He was never really a big fan of the Latin groove, but in honor of Billy, we're going to do this tune, but we like to do it with a little Latin tinge, "Pennies from Heaven."